A Dawson Rider Review.
Hello YouTube, this is Dawson Rider here again with another Kamen Rider review of SIC Kiwami Tamashii Kamen Rider Blade. Now that I have the high-def camera, I can finally review this guy. He's a bit late, but here he is. Let's get started with the packaging as usual with me. It's traditional packaging basically for the SIC Kiwami line. It says SIC up here, Kiwami Tamashii. And this is obviously where the figure goes. Now this package is a bit different than the others in a really nice way. Which right here it says Blade right here on the side, which looks really awesome, and I really like the writing on it a lot. And it's just a really nice touch. And on the back there's a Rouse card, which looks really nice as his background. And then here it says Kamen Rider Blade, and here is some sort of design. The sides are clear, and on the back it shows pictures of the poses you can put them in and the accessories. Sorry about the red eye on the camera. And then shows the different lines, regular SIC, the little statue I ended up forgetting the name of, and then Tamashii himself. Accessories wise, he comes with 4 different fists. I didn't take the other ones out just because this is packaged. This style of packaging is a bit of a bitch to get into. But it comes with 2 closed fists and 2 holding hands. One of them, I have on him, and the other one is in there. And then the one I have on him, which here is kind of a splayed open hand, so that he can pull out his cards, or look like he is. And then he comes with his sword, which I'm going to lean him right there. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Comes with a sword here, which is really incredibly detailed. I mean, just look at the details on this guy. The weapons on these SIC Kiwamis and SICs in general are always really nice. You can even see the individual slats for the cards, and the design right here is even very well done. And this part here is detachable to be interchangeable with this part, which is when it's open when he's getting his cards, which is also very well detailed. Just look at all the sculpting beauty that has. It's just so awesome. Okay, so then you just put it on there. Let me make sure I'm lining it up right. Okay, to activate in-card mode. Okay, and so let's go over the figure himself. Detail-wise, as always, SICs are pretty beautiful figures. They have really nice sculpt. This guy's no exception. He does a beautiful job of representing Blade SIC style. All sorts of organic details in here in his legs, in his chest, his shoulder pads, his belt is very, very well painted, as you can see here. All around it's painted very well. Even the textures on the back, very organic knight-like texture. Very nice. Nice little, I guess you like knight boots, it looks like to me. His face is probably one of my favorite SIC Kiwami faces. It looks really nice. He's even got, even though this camera is high def, it's having a hard time picking it up. Focus, bitch. It's got compound eyes. Well, I think all of the ones do, but these ones just really stood out to me for some reason, which look really nice. And his horn here is it's kind of clear. It's got like the traditional silver here, but then it's clear around the edges, which is very nice. And his mouth is done in a nice SIC style. And then up here we got this other horn, which looks really nice from a side view. So his face is very well done. Now, for some reason, like, I love this guy's face, and I like all my SIC Kiwamis, but this guy just seems a little bland to me. Now, I mean, it may be because of Blade's design in general, but he just doesn't seem to have as much sculpting detail as some of the other ones, but that could just be me. But I really do love his face, and he is a really nice figure detail-wise. But I just feel that he's a little bit lesser than some of the other ones in this line, which have a much better details and maybe some more outlandish organic details. But overall, he's not bad. Articulation-wise, pretty standard articulation. His shoulder pads here are pretty rock solid in here, so he has a hard time moving his arms around. So his arm articulation is a little more limited than others. This isn't as flexible as Fig Arts ones, and it kind of stays in place. But he does have a joint here, which is actually not double jointed, which I'm actually pretty surprised. And but it swivels here, and it swivels at his hand, and his waist moves like this. I'm getting a weird lighting. All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, nice ball joint on his legs, double knee joint, swiveling on his foot, no toe joint, but pretty decent articulation. You can get this guy in some pretty decent poses. He's a little bit more limited than some of the other Kiwami ones, but still some pretty solid articulation. Another complaint I have is he has a hard time holding his weapon, at least with this hand. You kind of have to slide it in there funny and kind of hope that it stays, which is kind of a drag. Actually, I want to put it this way so he can open his cards. It's like, you can hold it okay if you get it in a position that looks weird like this. If you want, well, I guess it doesn't look weird, but for the pose I want to do, which is bring this around, it's really difficult to get it to stay. And see, I kind of want to have him holding it like he's pulling out a card. But it's difficult to get it to stay like that. But overall, he's a pretty decent figure. Let's see if I can get him to stay there for the remainder of the review. Okay. So, if you're a fan of Blade and the SICs, I can recommend this guy. He's a nice addition to the line, and this line is really cheap compared to other lines. About 11, 12 bucks, maybe even a few bucks cheaper if you get it from Amy. So I can recommend it if you're a fan of Blade, but otherwise, if you're just collecting certain SIC Kiwamis, I recommend other ones, such as Todoroki and Zanki, and maybe some Fai's or a Ryuki one, because this isn't the best of the line. Actually, in my opinion, for some reason, it's the weakest of the line in terms of limited articulation and some of the hands not working the way they should. But overall, he's a solid figure. I give him a 7 out of 10, and I'm not disappointed that I have him. So, until my next review, this is Dawson Rider, signing out.